Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast Addendum with me, your host, Imperial Dane, and today we're going to talk about a bit the Commander Revamp. We sort of got the first Commander revamped, or the first Commanders, sort of the initial bits here, which is Commando and Royal Engineers. And I'm sort of going to have some thoughts here what this actually means for every other doctrines or commanders, because I mean, if you sort of look at how they do it, they're not so far at least replacing stuff, they're just altering the abilities of a lot of the abilities and units, and that's going to actually have some big implications. I mean, just looking here, for example, I mean, most of the abilities are much more unique within the British. For example, command vehicle is, you know what, that's shared with other doctrines like tactical support. So already then, you know, even if that one gets changed, you know, suddenly there's going to be some change to tactical support as well. Similarly, I think it's vehicle repairs, I think, got changed a bit as well, if not. But also, you know, you got Commander Regiment. The commanders themselves got changed, which will affect Noble Assault and Vanguard. So already here, just by these two, and again, there's a bit of overlap. But now, take a look at other commanders. You know, take, for example, the Wehrmacht, you know, the one where there's heavy overlap between the commanders. Take Jaeger Infantry. Ambush Camouflage. Storm has ambush camouflage, and I think that's actually the only other doctrine that has the ability. But already there, that's already going to be a bit of overlap there. That's just the first ability. Jaeger Light Infantry upgrades, Lightning Wall, elite troops will suddenly benefit, you know, from Jaeger Light Infantry getting an overhaul if they change that in any way. You know, maybe they make interrogation better or something else. Like, you know, again, we're just sort of spitballing here, just guessing. But again, that's just going to be two abilities that's affected here. So again, just. And again, these are the two first abilities. These are the two first abilities. Already here we're just seeing, you know, several commanders being affected by this. Then we move down to tactical movement. Again, Storm Doctrine. Lightning War. Again. German infantry gets affected by this one. Alright, that's all of a sudden we're up to 4 doctrines, or 4 commanders being affected by this. 4 commanders. Oh, and Blitzkrieg. 5 commanders. We're up to 5 commanders now being affected by this. And again, that's just, again, from the 3 first abilities. In theory, if they do anything like artillery barrage, I'm not sure, but they could. Again, suddenly we can add mechanized assault. 6 commanders. And again, German infantry benefits from that one as well. Good lord. And I think joint operations. So that point we're up to 7 commanders. And then finally, Stuka close air support. Well, that's largely this one. And I don't think there's so many others that use this Stuka close air support. That one's a bit more limited. But even then, that's going to have quite... Oh, actually, Blitzkrieg as well. So, again, we're looking at about 8 commanders just on Jaeger Infantry. 8 commanders. That's going to have some larger implications. And then we have Ostrom. And again, if you assume again, like they touch the commanders will touch upon the Ostrom, well, German Infantry again gets changed. Right? German Infantry. Again, that's one that's barely utilised, but could actually usage from this if there's to good changes. Mobile defence gets changed for the Ostrom reserves. Festung support. Lightning War. Again, Lightning War is going to be a surprisingly big beneficiary of this. So, I mean, that could actually be a bit of a problem. But again, that one benefits as well. So, again, an increasing net of commanders that just sort of benefit from these changes. Artillery field officers. Again, that one could actually do with some overhauling as well. But, you know, what commanders is this one? Joint operations. German infantry. Hey, it's our old friend. Again. So all of a sudden again we sort of see just branching out of these things, you know, just more and more sort of things that could sort of just benefit a bit more from all these things. So now you got the Wehrmacht's going to benefit greatly. Again, trenches maybe, not so much there, but maybe they could do something for the defensive doctrine. Not huge, but might just push it in there. Supply drop zones. Luftwaffe supply. Close air support. Good lord. And variable artillery support could also maybe do something, though I'm less confident about that one. But, you know, could in theory. All the way, just by overhauling these 2 commanders, we would see, you know, 9 to 10 commanders, just themselves, maybe more, benefiting from it. So, just by revamping 2 commanders, again, if they do the same way, again, this is if they do it the same way as they did the British commanders, that's going to be a large ripple effect through all of the Wehrmacht commanders. I mean, that's going to be huge. That should open up for a lot of strategies and tactics that might make Lightning War a bit too good. Possibly. I'm actually a bit unsure about that one, but it has the potential of becoming a bit too good, actually. But overall, I mean, even then, other commands we've got, they'd be more viable choice. I mean, German infantry would, have 4 of its abilities suddenly, becoming better as well. I mean, that could maybe make German infantry kind of good. Storm Doctrine would also benefit a bit from that one. That would be helpful. So, that'd be sending some bigger swings there and some potential and more strategies just setting up for people who want to explore the game more. So, that's good. Similarly, I mean, the Soviets actually wouldn't so much because one of them is Tank Hunter, which has a lot of self-contained abilities. I mean, none of the abilities you have throughout the other commanders, but Guard Rifle, hello. Hit the Dirt is not only used in conscript support, so that's a limited impact, but Guard Rifle. Hello, Guard Motor. Hello, Mechanized Support. Nice to meet you. Right, I mean, that's just 2 commanders they're suddenly benefiting. Submachine guns could be improved. Hello, conscript support again. And Reserve Army. And we also got Shock Army somewhere, if I can't remember that one. There we go. Shock Army would also benefit from this. Hello, hello. Suddenly things are branching out. The Howitzer could benefit, maybe, in which case we'd be looking at terror tactics would benefit. I was actually looking for Combined Arms Army. Oh, there we go. That one would also benefit. Also benefit from the Guards Rifle being buffed there or changed a bit as well there. So that's again another one they added to the list. Can't remember, does anti-infantry get? No, it does not. But again, it's good to see that because an increasingly overlapping number, and also some benefiting from the R2 Sturmweg attacks. NKVD, Advanced Warfare would benefit. Actually, that's just a strafe. So, I mean, in that regard, again, that'd be sort of, overlapping, that sort of just branching out their commander son becoming more viable just by changing these 2. In that regard, you can actually argue changing Tank Hunter tanks more viable was actually a poor choice, and they should have gone for one that had more basically impact, more shared ability throughout the other commands, in which case they could have gone for something like Shock Rifle, Shock Troopers and barrages and whatnot getting better, or maybe Shock Army, who knows. I mean, there's a lot there they could have gone for. And then we're sort of, I mean, USF, I don't think it's going to have so much there. It's mechanized and tactical support, I believe. No, it's recon support. Again, not a huge overlap. Most of the abilities that are overlapping is between them in form of recon sweep. So that's going to be limited impact. That's basically the issue with a lot of the newer armies. I mean, there's incredibly little overlap between the commanders, like Firestorm. That's Thera Salvage. The rest are very much unique to the commander. Similarly, Luftwaffe. Heavy fortifications would benefit, well, the fortifications doctrine, and that's about it. So, I mean, basically, if you sort of look at them doing the command revamps, the Wehrmacht's going to stand to be the massive beneficiary of this. Yes, just no way. Wehrmacht's going to be just getting, like, gold out of this somehow. And again, might push Lightning War into a bit too good territory, and they might in fact have to change some of its abilities just to tone it down. If they sort of make the other, again, like Jaeger Infantry, sort of to make more good, again, they might just colour some of the best stuff into something too good. So it could be Lightning War ends up receiving some changes just to fix that one. I would not be surprised. But again, Wehrmacht's starting to see a lot more commanders viable. So it's sort of the next biggest beneficiary, and obviously the others would be as well, benefit overall. But like the Soviets will certainly see some of their other stuff, they're suddenly, becoming a bit more attractive. So that's sort of my view here on things. Again, if and again only if they sort of go through with the whole, revamping the commanders like they did the British commanders, like they don't begin changing stuff up, just trying to work to make the things better. I couldn't even make a video discussing how they could do this, but this sort of just to show just the ripples it will send out through all the other commanders that do so. And again, particularly the older armies, the Wehrmacht and the Soviets, who again had so many commanders where just everything was repeated. And the Wehrmacht, I think, was just one of them, so just sort of really had a lot of them. I mean, again, just how many doctrines is tactical movement not in, for example? It's in a lot of doctrines. So, there you go. Hopefully this video has been educational, been interesting. Have to subscribe, like, share, and comment on it. If you like what I do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Links are in the video description. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers, and see you all for another video in the future. Bye.